Hello friends, in this video we'll be creating a service account and using it with a virtual machine instance to access storage bucket. If you're new to storage bucket, we'll talk about that in length when we go inside the storage section. Right now, idea is to understand how to give access to storage from a VM without providing any API keys or any other credentials. So you can go in over here, create a service account, give it a name. Okay, so I'll just put demo service account. Okay, and click on create and continue. Which privilege you want? So I want access to storage, so I'm going to put storage admin. Okay, so this is the role which I want to assign, and I can choose who can use this. So I can say, okay, only one person from the organization can use this service account to create VMs, and I can put up an administrator to look at who is using that keys. Right, so the service account just got probably would have got created, and so this is the demo service account which is created for it. I'm going to use this one. I've pre-created this and kept it handy. And how will we use it? So if you go over here, click on create instance. Right over here, we can choose to change the service account. Whenever we don't make any changes, right, it uses the default compute engine service account. Now this is an editor privilege, so a lot of capabilities are there over here. To safeguard this, they have a context called scope. Now by default, it only gives access to limited things. You can choose to access on which APIs you need by shifting this over here. So in case the VM needs to talk to BigQuery, you can enable BigQuery for it. By default, it will write to stack driver locking and monitoring, which is the locking and monitoring service in GCP. Now storage is by default will have read-only access. Now this is the default service account which is pre-created for us, and it attaches by default to all the VMs that are created until unless we don't go and make a change to it. And it is by default always using the default scope which is there. You can also give full access, but not recommended. We give unnecessary lot of exposure to the VM from which APIs can be excluded. Now if you want to do the custom, you can go in over here and select whichever custom service account which you want to use. So you can see that there are a lot of custom service account. Already I have created one VM with the service account and kept it handy for the video. But if not, you will be selecting the relevant service account over here and creating the VM. I'll cancel this for now because we already have VMs which are running. Take SSH to 3 different VMs, one with no service account, one with custom service account, and one with default service account, and we'll see the behavior for all three service accounts which are there. All right, so we are inside the first VM. This is the default service account VM, and this one is with no service account VM. So let's test on these two, then we'll go to the third one. I'm going to execute a command gsutil. Okay, so gsutil is the CLI tool to access cloud storage. I'm going to run ls over here to list the buckets which are there in the project. These are all the buckets which are there, and we can see them using the default service account. Now I have created a test file which has just hello world written in it. I'm going to try to copy this to the storage bucket. Our access is denied. We are not able to copy the file, right? Because it only has a read-only access. That's a scope which is enabled on the default service account. Let's see the behavior without any service account over here. I'm going to run the same tsutil command first. Alright, so this is access denied, right? It can't even list because there's no service account. That means there is no privilege to access the bucket. Let's try the custom one, the third one. So this is the custom VM. Again, we'll run same gsutil. So here we can see the buckets, and we'll try to copy the file. Here also I have test file. So it's there. We just try to copy it. a file got copied inside the storage bucket, and we can view it over here. So this is the storage bucket which I had created. If I refresh, I should be able to see the file address. So just wanted to show you how to leverage on service account to give access to services directly from your VM. Thank you so much for watching the video. In case you want to learn more about GCP, do subscribe to my channel. Have a great day ahead. Bye.